I knew from probably when I was 15, 16 that I wanted to be a pro. So
Wow.
yeah, I wanted to make a living.
I've read and I've heard from people, you are a very special person when it comes to practicing. Like a lot of people don't want to practice. Like, I just want to play.
When I was growing up, having no teacher, you need to learn how to hit the ball. And it's easy to hit the ball, but to hit the ball where you look in and where you want the ball to go, that's the main thing.
Today, I am joined by a PGA Hall of Famer, a PGA legend. I'm honored you are sitting here in the studio today, Mr. Vijay Singh. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
He's the first person of South Asian descent to win a major championship. He was elected to the World Golf Hall of Fame in 2006. He also reached world #1 rankings in the official World Golf Rankings for 32 weeks in 2004 and 2005. Vijay was the 12th man to reach the world #1 ranking and was the only new world #1 during the 2000 decades. Thanks for taking time to be on our show. And it's, again, just an honor to have you on the show today. One of the things I kind of want to start with from the very beginning is I always wonder, like, I see you guys on TV, and obviously I always say to my wife, and I hear other people say, man, they make it look so easy, but it started somewhere, man. So talk to us a little bit, like, when did you know you wanted to become a pro golfer? Like, how does that even start? Like, we pick up, I mean, where does it go? How do you do it?
Well, my dad was a player, and I had two brothers, older brothers, that played golf as well. And in Fiji, where we grew up, there was nothing much to do. Either play soccer, play rugby, which is the main sport in Fiji, and golf was another way of making money for young kids. You go out there, caddy. So I did that, and obviously my dad really loved the game, and he taught me how to play, me, my brothers, and just took it over from there. I learned most of it by watching other players. We used to have small events. The golf pros from Australia and New Zealand that came over and played pro-ams. Obviously, I took tips from them and magazines. We didn't have TV at that time, so so that's how I kind of picked it up.
Yeah, so I mean, you almost, I mean, between your dad, reading magazines, watching people, borderline self-taught between you
Pretty
and your
much,
dad.
yeah. In the beginning, I was. Yeah.
So, I mean, learning to read the greens, all of that, all self-taught?
Well, the greens were kind of a little different in Fiji. I mean, some of the fairways out here was better than our greens we played on. So it's come a long ways from where I actually learned how to play golf. But going up to Australia early in my career, that was big help. And I knew from probably when I was 15, 16 that I wanted to be a pro. So
Wow.
yeah, I wanted to make a living.
So someone 15, 16 years old, like, what type of dedication are you putting in this? I've read and I've heard from people, you are a very special person when it comes to practicing. Like, a lot of people don't want to practice. Like, I just want to play. But you're known for your practicing.
Well, that's the point, because when I was growing up, having no teacher, you need to learn how to hit the ball. And it's easy to hit the ball, but to hit the ball where you look in and where you want the ball to go, that's the main thing. So the only way for me to succeed was just to hit balls and hit balls and hit balls and make sure that you know where the ball was going. If you watch my golf swing when I was growing up and now, it's huge different because I had nobody to actually guide me to what I was doing.
I just want to paint the picture for our audience. Think about what he's saying. Watching my swing, adapting to it. You would literally try to imitate someone else's swing. Is that what you would do?
Yeah, and I had a brother that we practiced together. He was 2 years older than me, and we kind of watched each other. He had a much better golf swing. You either kind of have a good golf swing or you don't. And
By the way,
if you look at Furyk, if you look at Trevino, they have their own kind of golf swing. So they learn how to play with that golf swing, and I learned how to play with mine. And as I got older, I saw teachers that from time to time, hey, what's my golf swing? See what you see. And they tell me a few things, and I just go and practice. And actually working on the range kind of helped me a lot, because if I get a tip from somebody, I go and make sure that I get it down. And you can actually tell if it's a good thing for you or not. A lot of people tell you a lot of stuff. You don't really have to listen to all those stuff and actually take it in. You pick out what you want.
how many hours do you think did you practice a day? Yeah, I've always been curious this when I hear about that. How many times does a pro player practice?
It kind of varies, really. I mean, over here, you hit the balls, you don't really worry about picking it up. Then you have to find balls to hit.
Right.
I used to hit some really crappy balls. I mean, and you have to hit it and then go pick it up and clean it up and then hit it again. So a whole day's workout would not really mean by hitting balls all day. It requires picking the balls up, and if you hit it all over the place, it takes you a long time to pick up the balls. So,
Yeah, that counts as part of the practice.
I mean, I'd go and practice all day. I'd have breakfast and just go and beat balls. And unless we are playing the golf course, we'll just keep hitting balls.
Well, that's definitely not lost art. I mean, you've put in the time and effort, as the resume shows. 93, you enter and you become Rookie of the Year. at the PGA. What was that like entering at that time in 93? I mean,
I turned pro when I was 18. And then what was 93? I was probably 27, 28, somewhere there. And I played in Asia. I played in Europe. I won tournaments. I had already won
Quite a few of
tournaments
them,
in
yeah.
Europe. Yeah. So I played in Europe for 6 years. When I first came here, I was 92. I played the first tournament, finished second in Bay Hill. So I finished second in Bay Hill. I think I finished fourth in Memorial. It was different times. And then I played 2 other events, finished 7th and something else, and I got my tour card. So that's how I came and got my full exemption and played 93 and won in the first year.
in that first, let's say that first 5 years, like what was the most thrilling moment of your career? So it'd be 93 to 98. Like what was
winning
that
the
like?
first tournament was big for me.
Yeah.
When I turned pro, my whole intention was to make a living. I mean, coming from a Pacific Island,
I think you
have
did
to
that.
make a
Yeah.
living. Yeah, you know,
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, I mean, even in Australia, a lot of guys, they just want to make a living out of playing golf. I mean, if you get good enough, obviously there's other intentions. But my goal was to make a good living. And even when I first came in 93, my whole idea or goal was to keep my tour card. It was first year.
Yeah. Once I got it, I want to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but when I won, then it kind of opened all the doors. You get 3 years. Then was 3 years. So then you're free to play. Kind of frees up your game and gets your mind in a little bit of peace.
I can see that.
Yeah. And then you just go ahead and just play. And from then on, it was like, how many tournaments can I win? And practice was all I did. I mean, I was so determined to play well and to beat everybody, and that's all I did.
Focus definitely led to the results there. So who would you say was your most challenging opponent during your career? Like who A, was the most challenging, but also raised your game, like forced you to be at another level?
Well, I had different generations of players.
Yeah.
You know, I played with Norman. When I first went to Europe, I had a few practice rounds with Jack Nicklaus, and you kind of look at them and say, wow, I'm playing with Jack Nicklaus. So you kind of learn from that, and you get Ballesteros era, you got Nick Faldo's era, they're kind of similar, and then you got Tiger's era. So kind of everybody kind of challenged me in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the only thing was, I mean, Tiger's era was really tough because he was dominant throughout his career. So I kind of thought that he was the one to beat all the time, with Phil there as well, and Ernie Els was in that same generation. So those are the guys that I always fought against, and they were good players. I mean, they were tough players to beat, especially Tiger. I mean, when he gets his game right, I mean, you got to be on, otherwise you're going to finish second.
So it kind of leads me to my next question: technology in the game. You know, what are your thoughts on the technology now versus your 93 rookie year? What are the clubs doing?
Well, I mean, I grew up playing with wooden drivers. I grew up playing with balata balls that, I mean, you put a wooden driver and a balata ball in a college kid now, I mean, they have to really learn how to play the game again. I mean, I just hope that they get the ball a little bit back and make the drivers a little smaller, where like the early ages of the metal woods, the TaylorMade that came up with the metal woods, they were really small. I was actually yesterday in my gym and I was looking at one of the Callaway 3 woods. I mean, they look so tiny. I mean, it's even the 5 woods and 7 woods are bigger than that. So that's why the kids are better now too. I mean, they go up there and they have a driver that has a head that is 460 cc's and they can just hit it. They cannot miss the ball.
Right. It's going to go somewhere.
Right. So I think the equipment has made a big difference. And nowadays, the game of golf is different. I was just watching the U.S. Open, and guys are shooting 62s on a golf course that's supposed to be hard. But the fairways are wider, and the ball just goes further. So no matter how long you make the golf course, the guys are just going to hit it further.
Yeah.
So you got to tighten the golf course or do things to the golf course that takes their driver out of their hands. I mean, if you miss a fairway, you got to be penalized.
Right.
Now they don't care. They just bomb it up there. And I'm hitting the ball as long as I did in my heyday right now. And I'm 60 years old. So that should tell you something.
About the club.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this. I think in the series Full Swing, how when players show up, they're superstitious at the Masters about their number. Were you a superstitious person when you played?
Well, when I won, I got 19. My money clip was 19.
Still remember it.
And Cass's birth date was 19. So, and all the balls that I play with right now are 19. So that's my favorite number. So, you know, and I always look for it. This year I missed it by, I think, I was 18, I think, and I wanted 19 again, but it didn't happen. But yeah, I mean, and also marking the ball on the greens, you either put it on heads or tails, so you have a special coin that you mark it all the time. A lot of players have their own coins that they've used forever and ever. So I just mark with a quarter and make sure that it's a good number. The date on it is good. It's either 64 or 65 or something like that. If I see one that is a 79 or an 80, I throw it away.
I don't want that one. Get that one away. Get that away from me. So you and Cass, speaking of Cass, you guys just recently won the PNC Golf Tournament. Congratulations on that. What is it like playing with your son on a tournament like that and going out there and winning that competition in a field that was pretty darn good.
Well, we played for the first time. I think we played. He was 13, and I got him back playing again. But we tried for 16 years. We did everything. We finished second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, but never won. Came close to a few times, but last year was fun. I was playing pretty good, and he actually played really well. He putted unbelievably. So for him to do that and he hit two of the best shots I've seen anybody hit on 3 and 14, and that was incredible. And father and son is a very unique tournament. It's actually it's not father and son anymore. It's I don't know what they call
father
it.
Father sibling.
PNC right now. Yeah. To spend time with Cass, I mean, and it's any kid that is 14, 15, 16, they don't want to spend more than an hour with their dad.
I'm living it right now.
He is forced to spend 3-4 days with me. I mean, we do everything together. We play practice round together. So he would never do that otherwise. So a lot of fathers out there and that have their kids playing with them, they just love it. I mean, because it gets you kind of bond in a different way. So that was good.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's awesome. Anytime I get a chance to get out on the green with my son, it's always a fun time, and definitely embrace that.
Right. And then you learn, you know, even if Cass, my son, I mean, he learned the way I think on the golf course differently then, and then we treat them differently as well. I mean, competition is competition, so they know how we think then. It's not just going out there and just having a round of golf. They actually learn how we think as well, so which is good.
Yeah, that's great to be able to pass that down. One of the final questions as I wrap this up here. When you put on that green jacket, how was that a vindicating moment for you? Like, how did that feel? I mean, you'd already won so much, but we're talking the Masters. You just said it. There's no place like the Masters. Like, what did that? Was that like a weight lifted off your shoulder? Like, I finally did it, or what was the feeling when you got that?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I got to think back and try to remember what happened. But you are so excited. You're overwhelmed with everything. The excitement kind of blurs your mind a lot. And I think at that moment it was the most exciting thing you've ever done in your life, no matter what it is, because in front of everybody, you putting on the green jacket is fine, but to know that you are actually putting on the green jacket and that's yours and it's never going to be taken away, that's, I think, a feeling that it's hard to describe. It's just a satisfaction, I think, self-satisfaction that I've done it.
Yeah, like a level of completeness. Like I've arrived. Right. I got to ask you a question. It drives me nuts every time. How did the damn jacket fit? Like, how did they make that fit on you? How did they get it to look like that? Because not all golfers are built the same.
Well, they have so many of those jackets, so many of the members there that have different sizes and different weights and different. So they're going to pick out a member that is your height.
Yeah, they're going to borrow one from someone else.
They're going to find one.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah, and then you get to keep the jacket for a year, which is good. And now you take it home, and then you have to give it back to them.
Really? You don't get to keep the jacket?
No, and it's always in the locker room.
Okay.
Yeah. So whenever I go there, if I went there socially, I have to put the jacket on and go around the golf clubhouse. So I went there in a cocktail one year after I had won, and I had my own jacket on, and it was a cocktail on a Wednesday of the Masters. So I was kind of mingling with the crowds, and the guys came up to me and says, "We need to talk to you." And I said, "Sure." So I went inside, and they said, "You need to change your jacket." So I had to put the green jacket on, which is fine. Yeah, but
you're like, "I've been looking for it. You had it locked up. Otherwise, I'd have put it on when I got here."
No, it was in my locker. But that's fun.
Now, is that one of the only? That's only one of the only, I guess, golf championships you win that you have to give back the trophy of some sort? Like, is there another one that's like that, or is that
all the tournaments you get to keep it for a year?
Okay.
Yeah, and I think the Masters do not have. They have a trophy which is so huge, but they have a little one that you can take back, a replica of the main cup, and I have that at home.
Okay.
Yeah, but the the PGA, the huge cup they have, I had to keep that for a year and then give it back. Yeah.
Wow.
And I think the British and the US Open has the same thing. So.
Wow. Man, that's a funny story about the jacket. I never knew that. I was always wondering, like, how the hell did they get that? They just tailor that thing in 24 hours?
No, they've got so many of those, so you just borrow one from somebody else. So.
Thanks for joining us on the podcast and sharing some of your stories, a portion of your career. It's an honor to have you on here. And the biggest takeaway I took away from today was it doesn't matter whether you're a golfer. It doesn't matter whether you're a business person, you're in sales. That practice is something that not everybody wants to embrace as part of the success. You clearly did that. You've had a wonderful career, and it showed up in so many different ways. And again, I can't thank you enough for being on the show today.
No problem.
Last question. Yeah, last question I'm going to leave you with. What's the one more course, if you had a chance to play it, you'd want to go play it again?
Play it again? Wow. I'd like to go back and play my own golf course in Fiji, really. the way I grew up on it.
Yeah.
I went back there quite a few times, but it's a trash course right now. Nobody takes care of it. I would like to go back and play the golf course that I actually grew up on. That is one, and obviously my last game of golf, I would like to play in Pebble, I think. That's one golf course that is above everyone else.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day I'll get a chance to get out there and kind of see what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
here.
you'd love it. I mean, it's go in a good weather, though.
Okay. I'll make note of that.
It could get cold there.
I'll make note of that. Well, guys, if you like what you're hearing, 5-star the podcast, please leave a review. Check us out on Apple, Google, Spotify, and Amazon. And then also check us out on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Leave the comments. We love them. It helps us make the next show. And check us out on our social at What's Your One More with the number 1. Vijay, honor. Thank you for having me on the show today. Appreciate it.
Good to be here.
Got one more shot, I'm gonna make it. One more chance, I'm gonna take it. I meant it when I said it, now it's time for me to do it. I got one life to live, so I put my all into it, yeah.